If this alert was real, people on the ground had 15 minutes or less. Even if this were only an average-sized nuclear weapon, much of Honolulu would be flattened by the initial blast wave. Beyond the flames, radiation from fallout would poison the beaches and the forests. Our home would become toxic and sick. Suddenly, I stopped thinking about nuclear weapons in terms of technology or security. I thought of them in terms of my family, my home.
My sister first woke me up while I was having my beauty sleep, and then they told us that they just got a text that there would be a missile attack and that we would have to hide very safely so we don't get hurt.
So many people panicked. People were shoving their children, and this still haunts me, down storm drains against their will. You know, how do you explain it to a child that has no idea what this is, but that it doesn't make any rational sense that we would live in a world where we would have to do this?
I just kept thinking, we're gonna feel all of the heat, there's going to be pain. In Hiroshima, they have the shadows of people burned into ground and walls from how hot and intense the blast was. And I kept thinking, like, what is my shadow going to look like? What is my silhouette going to look like?
Modern nuclear weapons have a destructive force tens to hundreds of times more powerful than those dropped on Hiroshima and Nagasaki. If one were detonated over a metropolis like New York, Tokyo, Paris, or London, over 15 square miles would be flattened by the initial blast. Almost 50 square miles would be consumed by fire. About 1 million people would die instantly. The scientists who designed nuclear weapons said it best, that in all-out nuclear war, the living would envy the dead.
I was crying and everybody was holding each other. We started to pray a little bit, me just sobbing because I couldn't believe that I was about to die. And that's when I just noticed on my phone there was an alert. There was a notification from my best friend. The missile alert is false. It's a false alarm. Don't worry. Everything is okay. You're safe.
What I felt in that moment was gratitude. Just gratitude. Everything was still the same, you know, and yet nothing was the same. It would never be the same.
It was pandemonium in paradise after that alert was sent to phones throughout the state and broadcast on television. Members of Congress are demanding answers on why it took 38 minutes for a correction.
Those responsible for this happening need to be held accountable and making sure that this cannot happen again.
The FCC chairman called the false alert absolutely unacceptable and has launched an investigation.
The people of Hawaii are justifiably livid. They demand answers, and so do we.